Hi everybody, it's Leanne Greff with today's live video. We are going to work with designer paper today, and I'm going to show you some great ways to use it up like hardly any scraps and easy and cute cards. A couple fun techniques. I'm just going to get my laptop synced up so I can watch and read comments as best I can. Sometimes I get so into my projects that I don't always watch the comments. Okay. All right. I don't see anybody on quite yet. There we go. Good morning, Janine. Hi, Lori. Hi, Donna. All right, let's get started. Before I start, I want to let everybody know, my long distance customers, if you are a customer of mine and would like to receive a holiday catalog, let me know. Sorry, I had to take a drink. My throat feels dry already and I haven't even started talking. So I am putting in an order for Stampin' Up! To send new holiday catalogs to my customers who have ordered from me in the past 6 months or so. If you are one of my customers and would like to receive a holiday catalog, please let me know. I know that some people have local demonstrators that they support as well, or maybe they became a demonstrator, or maybe you get a catalog from somebody else. So let me know that you want a catalog. Of course, my local gals are welcome to come to my holiday open house, which is going to be a BOGO on, gosh, I think it's end of August. I'll have a better date in next time probably. But yeah, I'm getting rid of my last year of retired products at my BOGO, and that's also my holiday open house. So yes, if you are a customer, let me know by tomorrow morning. I am going to finish ordering my holiday catalogs at noon tomorrow, so that is the plan. So I hope that this reaches everybody. I've also sent emails. I haven't heard back from that many people, so I wonder sometimes those mass emails if they just don't get to people. So anyway, if you're a demonstrator, you should be receiving a new holiday catalog within the next few weeks. They say by September 3rd you should have it for sure, and it is wonderful. Demonstrators are able to get a sneak peek of it on the digital catalog. And there are some really new, unique items, lots and lots of Christmas. Surprisingly, there are no Halloween in this catalog. Yep, you are down, Janine, yes, and Diane, you're very welcome to receive a catalog as well. So yeah, no Halloween, but they release some in the online exclusives, and they will be releasing more in September for Halloween. So those will be online only this year, I guess, for some reason. But yeah, there's some great bundles and sweets coming. Oh gosh, wonder why my throat is dry all of a sudden. Okay, let's start with inventory status report. So this is what is unavailable. They do not have back orders anymore. They only, they turn off the number and send it or add it to the store when it's back in stock. So quite a few gems and a few dies and folders and just one punch. There's still a lot in low inventory. So this list changes every day actually. So yeah, this is what is unavailable right now, and there's still even more. There's some ink pads, there are some blends markers, and some like Versamark I think is on there and whatnot. So that's the status report. So a little update for you. All right, let's do prize patrol. So last week I mentioned I was going to give away a package of regular Stampin' Dimensionals and also a big stack of my printed project sheets. Now this includes club projects and Facebook Live projects and whatnot. So this is for sharing and this is for commenting. So the winners are Cindy Howard will receive the project sheets and Deidre Johnson will receive the dimensionals. So thank you so much for commenting and sharing to get the word out about my videos. I really, really appreciate that. love to grow my audience. And by the way, if you're not following me on Facebook to get notified when I'm live, go up to those three little dots at the top of your screen where it says Flowerbugs Ink Spot and click on that and click follow. And you may also want to click on notification settings, because if you're like hit and miss, I see them sometimes, I don't always get notified when she's live, you will want to click on those three dots and click notification settings and see all. Facebook decides what you're going to see in each group or page. So that's really important to do. So I have a set of festive pearls to give away. There's actually some cherry cobbler under here for somebody who comments today, and a partial pack of the Garden Walk designer paper that was in, I believe this was in last holiday catalog, maybe. Can't remember. But those are the prizes for this week's video. So yeah, let me know if you want to be in that drawing. Just share or comment. Okay, before I get in, they announced a new August special. I didn't print out a flyer yet, but starting August 6th, the annual catalog designer paper, most of the catalog designer paper, regularly priced at $12.50, I believe, is 15% off. Now that starts August 6th through the end of August. There's a designer paper sale. And of course, we'll have the bonus days redemption. So if you have placed an order over $50, you will have received a coupon code from Stampin' Up. Now, if you did and you didn't receive a coupon code, you need to call them to get your code. Your demonstrator or myself cannot find them. In fact, we can't even find our own. You have to get them through an email by Stampin' Up. So the phone number for Stampin' Up is really easy to remember. It's 1-800-STAMP-UP. So that's really easy. If you have any questions about products or for customers or demonstrators, that's the number, 1-800-STAMP-UP. So let's see, 2 days, today and tomorrow, we have to receive a coupon code, a $5 coupon code for August if you place a $50 order. So we have 2 days left of July to earn a code, and then in August you can redeem your codes on any order. So that's the specials right now that I know of. Okay, all right, I'm gonna share, I have one of my kits ready for August. I just got it done yesterday, and it features the Country Lace designer paper. And I use, with all my kits, I usually use stamped greetings. I want everybody to be able to add a greeting and not have to have a specific stamp set for my kits to go. Also the Smoky Slate and Basic Gray Pearls, and a share of the Butterfly Paper Accents. So, also a share of the Petal Pink Striped Ribbon. So those are the products. Well, you don't need this one. You get partial packs of these. And here are a couple of the cards. Quite a few are fun fold cards. So isn't that denim, the blues and white pretty with the gray? So that is one set of cards. Here's another one. Now this is a Dutch door fold card. And there's some butterflies. Now some of them I sponged. Okay, there's those. And here's another one. I decided to go with the Petal Pink with the new beige. So that is another one. And I colored this butterfly with blends markers, but you wouldn't need to. You can use a sponge. So those are 3 of the 5 cards. A lot of other kit people who do kits offer just 4 sets of cards, but I do 5. I guess I'm a little bit of an overachiever. Here's another fun card. I like that framed greeting on there. I had that left over from another kit and decided to use it. And then this card. So another sponged or blend colored greeting. Oh, there we go, something's on there. So this is kind of a different fold, right? So yeah, those are the cards for this month's kit. Now I haven't written up the tutorial yet, and it's not on my shop. So flowerbugshop.com, that's where you can purchase my kits. I have a few left from August, but the Mediterranean blooms, I'm out of ribbon, so I have to order more of the ribbon, and then that will be ready to go out. So my kits are $30, and you get 10 cards, all pre-cut. Everything's cut but your designer paper, and you get multiple, almost $20 in product for that $30, plus the cards that are pre-cut for you. So it's a fabulous deal. And like I said, I used mostly navy ink, one Calypso Coral, yeah, so, and any greeting set will work. So that is one of my kits to go. The other one, I'm thinking, because there's a sale on designer paper, I'm leaning toward the Wildly Flowering. So I think this will be fun to use. I've seen some great cards with it, and I love the combos. There's some more blues in here, but some of the mauve and the Pebbled Path and the Wild Wheat and Boho Blue. So yeah, I could just read up here. Good grief. I forgot it was there. Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. Okay, all right, that's what's new coming up for August. Now let's get into our projects. Today I'm going to feature the Thoughtful Journey designer paper. Now this will also be on sale starting August 6th. So instead of $12.50, these designer papers are approximately $10.60, so almost $2 off of regular price. So this will be one of them on sale. So I'm going to give you some ideas. All right, we're going to start with, I think, the easier card. And he's quite a few dies, well, not quite a few, just a few dies on this one. But I'm going to show you how to use up a 6x6 piece of designer paper to the best of its size. So here is one of the cards that we're going to make today. So isn't that a neat frame that just kind of highlights this designer paper? So just a simple die cut, a little ribbon, and a greeting. So this designer paper starts out at 4 inches by 5 1/4. So here is the other piece. So when you're picking your designer paper, you want to choose one that will match or not, I guess, contrast somewhat, but still kind of match the colors. So what I chose to do was use my frame. This is pretty peacock because this designer paper, I call it a window frame almost. I pulled that together so it would coordinate. So you just need to find some dies. Now in this case, I used the Countryside Corner dies, and I chose the 2 in the middle, these 2 right here. And when you're cutting those out, of course, your designer paper will be whole, and you just have to do your best to make them even. If you're comfortable using like washi tape to hold it even, or if you have a magnetic plate, that works too. And then you get these 3 pieces. So it's very simple. So you just need 2 coordinating frame-like dies. Could be circles, could be rectangles, anything will work, but they need to create some type of frame. So that's your tip. So start looking at your dies a little bit differently, right? This leaf is from the, let's see, Friends for Life die. And then this center greeting die is the smallest one right here. Okay, so that's where I got all the pieces for this. Okay, let's start putting it together. All right, so I start with my outer layer and add that to the card, goes right side up. I've done that before, or I have it the wrong way. Okay, and then we will add this, and I am actually gonna do my glue on here because I know it's very narrow, and I'm just kind of using a very fine line of glue so nothing leaks out. Just fit that right in there, and you could pop this up. That would be interesting. I just really honestly didn't want to bother with it, but I am going to pop up this one. Okay, just for some contrast or some height. I think that adds a lot to a card. Now, the next, I'm going to show you some samples of the rest of the designer paper, because when you have a 6-inch piece, you have this 2-inch piece you didn't use. So I'm going to show you on the next card what to do with that piece. Okay, so now we're going to stamp our greeting, and I decided to use the, nope, that's not it. Oh, it's covered up by cards. The So Sincere stamp set. I love this stamp set. It has the tall, the wide, just about anything you will need. So, so I decided to choose one that fit this die, which was the So Thankful for You. Okay, this is low inventory, by the way, but most times our stamp sets do not last in low inventory very long. So that's good, because Stampin' Up! Does have a factory that they make their stamps, actually produce from start to finish. And I've been there. It's super cool to see them make both the rubber and the, I'm going to test this out because I'm not sure if it's on there straight. Actually, it is. Okay, I know my next layer for the inside is not as straight as it could be. So I'm going to once again test it. Yeah, look how crooked that is. I don't know why. But so I know I need to lower lower that a little bit. See how I do. There's 2 sides to paper. Oh, pretty good. Okay. All right. Done stamping. This card is super easy. Now I decided to use a different set of dies, and I'll show those in just a minute. Let me add this to my inside of my card. And this is my standard 3.5 by 4 3/4, where you get 5 pieces for the inside from 1 piece of designer paper. So this right here is a die cut from the Thoughtful Wishes dies. So, and these are what I used on the next cards. I'm going to show you again too. These are so pretty. Okay, so that is upside down. Now you can tell a die is upside down by, first of all, if your plate, your cutting plate is quite well used. Sometimes it's dirty on the bottom because of all the different colors of cardstock that is embedded in that plate. So I can easily tell what is the wrong side, but also there's a little lip on the wrong side. The right side kind of is cut down, so there's a smoothness to it. So I'm just going to kind of set this up. Yeah, that looks good. So I think I can remember where that is. Just trying to start out with a little bit at a time of my glue, and I'm kind of smoothing it as I go. Okay, all right, we will add some dimensionals here. And then what I did for the ribbon, I don't know if you can see this ribbon, but it's iridescent ribbon, but this ribbon is normally 1/2 inch. I wanted a little more petite bow here. So what I did was use a long scissors and just snipped up the center to get this. Okay, so hopefully you can kind of see that. It's very easy, and I love sheer ribbon. It's so gentle and easy to use. So that's what I did. So we are going to just form my usual bunny ear bow. So 2 ears. Now we have 2 ears and a face, right? So one of the ears goes into the face, which sounds terrible, and you end up with a terrible looking bow, but hold the knot and loosely, and then slide your tail. Sometimes I pinch and pull, and I just keep pinching the other way and pulling. So then before you tighten all the way, make it how you want it. So as I pulled tighter, I held the loops down. That's what I wanted. Okay. And the more you do it, the better you will get. That's all I can encourage you to do, is to practice. Okay. We're going to add this bow with a mini glue dot. Ribbons and mini glue dots are best friends. So that is how I add all of my ribbons. Okay. And then I like to cover my knot just a little bit with my greeting. Isn't that pretty? I didn't even add any gems, and I was thinking about it, but I just didn't feel I needed to. Okay, so that is our card. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now what I did with the rest of that piece of designer paper, remember, 6 by 6, this is how this comes, so you have a 2-inch strip. Well, thank you, Diane, I appreciate that. So here is the card for the rest of this designer paper, and here is the card for the rest of this. I mean, it couldn't be simpler. So it's just a 2-inch, and I cut off a little bit at the top, so it's 5 1/4 tall. So you end up with a little 3/4 inch long strip, and that would be really easy to add. I guess I'll show it here to the bottom of this. You could add a nice, pretty, colorful bottom to the inside of your card. But all I did was add a little 1/2-inch strip of coordinating cardstock and a double layered greeting. And this was made with the beautiful Spotlight on Nature dies, which are once again on, I think, is it low inventory? Yeah, I think. I don't know if they're, maybe they are on, well, I look at my list. Yes, they are on unavailable until August 26th. They cannot keep these in stock. They hit this out of the ballpark with these dies. So if you haven't ordered them yet, when they come available at the end of August, I'd get them. But they're in the annual catalog, so we should have the next many months to get them. But what an easy way to make 2 cards. So simple. Just use a coordinating pair. If you just find me, a coordinating pair of dies. So these are the 2 that I use to make the window, right? So you can use anything from circles to rectangles to something shaped like this. I'm sure you have something in your arsenal of die cuts that you can use to make a window. But your designer paper needs to be coordinating if you're going to do it on the other side and do it in one pass. So using those 2 dies, I got all 3 of these pieces all at once. So that's your idea for using up 6 by 6. And then my next card will show you a very similar way to use, not similar, another way to use your designer paper. Now this card was one we made at my card clubs. So here are 2 of the cards. You can see that pretty paper. Now this is a 3 by 3 of that 6 by 6 paper. Now some of these in particular, you may not like all the sides because some of them have just like maybe 2 flowers over here. May not be enough, but any other designer paper besides this one for a 6 by 6, you can get 4 cards out of 1 piece of designer paper. Because this layer is 3 1/4, this layer is 3 inches square, and then of course this one is 5 1/4 by 4. So, and here is one more. So let's get my packet out and get started. So there's a lot of fun ways to use this. Tips on making this card, because there's a lot of little things that I want you to pay attention to once I do this. So first of all, I did a texture. This one is called the Distressed Tile. Okay, lovely design. And another one I used, I think on this one here, is the Exposed Brick. So those are the 2 that I use. This one here is Timber, and they're all in the annual catalog. So what we're going to do is sponge this. Actually use a blending brush. Just move these out of the way. And I'm going to use, this is boho blue cardstock, so I'm going to use boho blue. I don't want it to be too dark, so just start working it off first, and then you don't need a lot of ink, and I tend to go in circles and start off the paper and work your way on. It depends on how much you want. This is very personal as far as how much contrast or texture you want on your card. Now this particular embossing folder is called Distressed. So some of it will not pick up and others will. So it's designed that way. Okay, that looks good. We will close that one up, and I'm going to do my greetings and the coordinating. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use Mossy Meadow because this is my layer. So I want to bring in some Mossy Meadow here. And I have to find, I always need thank you cards, so I'm going to go with the thank you. And this is a partial circle. I had a certain length of white paper that I was using, and I'm like, I can do that because we're hiding that upper portion anyway, so I made it work. Yes, I stamped crooked, and I did that on purpose because I can turn this in any way I want. I think I'm going to leave the inside alone. Well, I will stamp some butterflies though. So I should show you what stamp set I'm using here. So we're using the sketched butterflies, and they're a set of dies and beautiful greetings and of course butterflies. So this is what I'm doing in the inside, this set right here. Okay. Also going to stamp, while I have this blue ink out, I'll do the butterflies and a little, I like to call it a hallmark, and I probably shouldn't because I don't want to compete with Hallmark, but this is what we're going to do because some people will add their initials above or below this. So it's a nice way to pull in those butterflies. All right. There you go. Okay. Done stamping. Could probably have done one less, but that's the way I am. Can't quit stamping. So yeah, these colors are so pretty. They are all from the Thoughtful Journey and Fresh Freesia and Boho Blue, and we have a little bit of Misty Moonlight and a little bit of Petunia Pop, and then Fresh Freesia. Those are the colors. Okay, we'll start out by adding our texture layer. It really brings out the texture of your embossing folder when you sponge them or use a blending brush. So isn't that paper just gorgeous? Just love it. So once again, this is a card we made at my July card clubs, and yeah, they loved it. Nice and easy, really brings out this beautiful paper. Now I have to get this straight. It's always a challenge when you have kind of a cursive font. And I have to look at it. I don't know. You just never know whether a circle with a greeting on it is straight or not. It's so hard to tell. And I'm centering this on the upper portion. See, now it doesn't look straight to me. Just a little curve. I can look at it again and again and probably change my mind. Okay, so now we have this pretty butterfly die. die cut made from white cardstock. So now I'm going to bring that blending brush back and just highlight. I don't want to add too much because I don't want a lot of color here. Just a little hint of the blue, and some clever people or person decided to add a little bit of the purple. I'll show you how that looks. Let's just see if I have any purple left on this. Not much. So this is fresh freesia. Work off a little bit of it and then just start adding a little bit of color to maybe the center. I should be using my smaller blending brushes, but I didn't. Use the tip a little bit. Just a hint of that purple. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I really like it. Okay. All right, so we will add that. And I added, you can do mini glue dots, but I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid glue, which is my preference, to the centers of the butterflies. And just press it down. And then we'll finish up with some gems. And these are the three, let's see, Tinsel Gems 3-pack. So I think I will use the Misty Moonlight. If you're wondering what this is our take your pick tool, and it has the putty on the end of this. And I seem to have tossed the lid. I don't know where I put it. But anyway, it's fabulous for picking up gems. It just holds them. Now this one's off of the plastic, so that one's not going to work, but it just holds them. And you don't have that fling across the room like you can get with some other tools. But yeah, that is the cards. So aren't they pretty? I think they're just lovely. All right, so remember the project sheets for both of these cards. Let me get the other ones out if you just joined me. We have quite a variety here today. So I made this one today and used the extra piece of a 6x6 to make these cards. So those are some pretty cards that we made today with the Thoughtful Journey 6x6 designer paper. So like I said, this will be on sale after August 6th or on August 6th. So yeah. Well, thank you, Sarah. I'm so glad you like it. All right. Yeah, you're welcome, Lori. I love to use my designer paper up as best as I can, and I don't like having those little strips. So this is a great way to make some quick cards with your strips left over. If you tend to want to use up your 6x6 and you use a 4-inch piece, use up that 2-inch piece by making some pretty cards with that strip. All right, I think that's it. So don't forget, if anybody needs to order, make your order over $50 and use the host code, and you'll get a free glue stand. That offer ends tomorrow. Well, here's the lid of my take your pick. This tool is exchanged with a flat, another kind of a picker-upper, or you ever had to remove a layer, that's what you use that for. I tend to use this more with either gems or to, I don't know, I guess these are both used for gems to me. And then there's another one that comes out of here and is included, and that has two, oh gosh, what do you call them? It's on the tip of my tongue, little balls. They have little silver balls in 2 different sizes that help you score. Anyway, you have 4 tips, well, 6 tips, 5 tips on this tool. Oh gosh, it's time to be done, right? Okay, thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget the project sheets will be seen at my blog on Monday and Tuesday next week, which should be, let's see, first, second, third, the 6th. Yeah, so yeah, they'll be seen on the 6th. So no, I'm wrong. 1, 2, 3, the 5th and 6th. All right, don't forget to get in on those bonus days and make the most of your orders by ordering this month to redeem a coupon for next month. All right, thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you all so much. And I'm glad you make time for me during your day on Tuesdays. Or if you're watching later, Stylist. Thank you, Sarah. Yes, it's a Stylist. I knew somebody would remember that name. All right, thanks so much. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.